Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. So today, let's see, I am out here because I am evaluating my sprinklers. I know, I am out here trying to make sure that all of my orchids, and that all of my orchids are being hit by the morning sprinklers. So especially the ones right here on my royal palms, and I'm happy to announce that they are being hit wonderfully by the sprinklers. So today's video is also an update. You guys know by now that I am getting some help in the garden. I have Martin from Martin Nursery coming out every 15 days to help me out and fertilize and kind of help me situate this garden and care for my orchids. More so, just helping me get my garden back up to where I'd like it to be. I wouldn't say to like a perfect state because there's always something happening in the garden when you grow out here. You can have a beautiful, beautiful orchid blooming, and then the next day a frond falls down and it wipes it out. So gardening and orchid mounting out on your trees, out on your palms, out in your garden, it has its benefits, many benefits, and also has its downfalls. So in today's video, I'm going to show you everything that I experience in my garden. I'm not going to say everything that you need to expect because everybody's case is different, but at least with me, you guys can have an idea on like what I go through out here. Growing like this makes me very happy. It's my favorite way of growing. I know many of you guys don't have the space, or you guys don't have the climate, or you guys don't have the trees. I mean, whatever the case is, I'm going to share today my experiences. I love how growers they grow their orchids in pots, and I wish that I could do that for some of them. And I am going to try to go that route with some orchids. It's just, for me, growing on my palms is so satisfying. It's just, for me, it's easier. I know maybe you guys think that it's I'm crazy for doing this, but for me it's easier. I kind of attach them and I forget. I know I'm one of those neglectors, but you know what? Some orchids like to be neglected. So it works out. So let me show you today what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. It's my day off. It's Monday. I just got back from the Boca show. I'm super inspired, and I'm out here. This is what I wanted to do first, was just to make sure that all of my sprinklers, when they go off, they're targeting the orchids that need water every single day. So those orchids would be my Vandas on my royal palms. So now we've got 3 royal palms with Vandas on them. Last video I showed you where we only had 2. Martin did come out that Friday, and he did put some orchids on, some Vandas on my 3rd palm. So right now there's 3 royal palms with some Vandas. Probably won't be adding any more because I like to have them kind of like in my view. So I kind of want to keep them at that height. I know they're probably going to start crawling once they get bigger. Oof, and I'm about to get wet. Once they get bigger, but I am very happy with where they're located right now. So they are getting plenty of water, which was one of my concerns. So those sprinklers there hit it in just the right spot. Now my oncidiums over here are getting also hit. They kind of just get hit up, and they love it. It's cold water. Oh my goodness. And I also have some beautiful blooms to share with you guys. So if you're thinking of doing, if you're new to my channel, or if you're thinking of attaching and growing like me, you do need to live in a place that is subtropical, meaning that you get plenty of humidity, you get plenty of heat. You don't want most of your temperatures to be low temperatures because orchids don't like the cold. So somewhere that's a little warmer. And as you can see, I'm gonna try to get away from the sprinklers, but so many blooms coming, you guys. So many buds. There we go, getting wet again. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. All right, I'll show you those blooms. I've got a beautiful cattleya blooming right there in yellow. I love that. So yeah, as for the updates, Martin was here that Friday. We went ahead and, well, he went ahead and just got rid of this grid here, put it more towards that window, which is a perfect window. If you guys remember, and you guys watched my channel back in the day, I want to say 6 years ago maybe, I used to grow my vandas on this window. That's when they were the happiest. So I want to take advantage of this area. Right now it's a disaster. We haven't hit up this area yet. This is where my project is coming soon. So I really want to take advantage of this corner here. I spoke to many of you guys this weekend, and I told you guys about the type, what I was thinking of doing here, which is mostly gonna be focused on the orchids that I can't mount. I have beautiful orchids in pots still, that are still blooming and are still alive, and I love them, but I need to keep them in pots. They cannot be mounted. So this is the area where I'm going to focus, and I'm going to keep them under. With Martin's help, I can probably keep them in pots. So the project is going to be on this side. I have amazing lighting for orchids here. When my vandas were there, my vandas would absolutely love it. Blooms nonstop, and they were so healthy. So not gonna hang anything from the window because my husband doesn't let me. He's like, no, anything but hanging from the walls or the windows. So we're gonna move whatever we're gonna make further away and take advantage of the lighting that goes on this corner. So that's what's happening in that corner. And there I have so many beautiful orchids. Let me see, my aristocrat is in bloom. Look how pretty. This is, oh, I don't want those sprinklers to go off yet. I wanted to see where my vandas on my porch. But look, my aristocrat is in bloom. She's gorgeous. Oh, I love her. This was a gift from Nelson. Isn't she gorgeous? So she's here, and she's gonna stay in this area. So yeah, this is the project that I kind of teased about last time. That is going to happen. It's going to be in this area. I haven't said a lot about it, not because I want to keep it like a secret and like, ooh, keep you in suspense, but because we're still working on the design and what orchids we're going to bring down here. So that's that. And then I really want to get over here because I want to make sure that my vandas that are in the pots are getting watered every day. So this is why also I am out here this morning. These go on now right after that section turns off, but I'm gonna start moving some pots. All right, so you see how this one here, this is a sprinkler. I think this head is messed up, but this one is not getting any water at all. So I think I'm gonna move this guy over to there just temporarily, because none of these sprinklers, or maybe I'll move it over here. Yeah, you see? Because now, I'm sorry, I'm making you guys dizzy, but I'm just trying to figure this out. Now these guys turn on, and then this one is not getting. And of course, I'm getting all wet. Okay, so you see, I just want to make sure that they get water. And see this one. Whew. Yeah, this is me just being silly. I know I could do this off camera, but I mean, now that I'm out here, I wanted to take advantage. You see, this one I have to just move it a little bit over, or like over the rocks, and then and then I guess when I have company, I'll scoot them out so they can look pretty. I don't know. You know, I love that I have these vandas growing here, but I do need to make sure that they get enough water so that they can actually, you know, be watered every day, and I don't have to worry about it. So I do have to move these over a little bit to where the sprinklers are. Yeah, so enough of the sprinklers. Let's see what's blooming out here. Let me talk to you a little bit more about just this style of growing. Many of you guys ask, if I'm strategic in the way that I put them on my palms. So I do try to be a little strategic. I mean, let's see, in what way? So if it's an orchid that I know that can't bear like so much light, like some of my cattleyas, I do try to put them on a shadier palm. So like, for example, these cattleyas over here, they get a lot of shade in this area. This one right here is my golf green pig. So she's more towards the back of the tree, so the sun's not hitting it directly, and she blooms every single year for me. Right now she's got some full sheets. Yep, she's got some full sheets right here, so I'm gonna get flowers soon. So and this plant has grown in size, so it's got 2 full sheets, and she kind of wraps around this tree nicely. So yeah, so my strategy, believe it or not, sometimes I'm strategic, sometimes I'm just lazy and I just put them on, but is to keep the cattleyas, look at this one's gonna bloom, buds, to keep the cattleyas somewhat in the shadier areas of my palms, and then to keep my dendrobiums and my dendrobiums and my, geez, I can't think of the word now. Schomburgkia. Seriously? Come on. To keep my dendrobiums and my Schomburgkia, you can tell I have not had coffee this morning. And it was a nice weekend at Boca. I'll talk to you about that show now in a second. But to keep my Schomburgkias and my dendrobiums more in the palms that take the full sun. And I'll go around, I'll walk around. It's still early, so the sun's really not as bright. It's not even, I think it's not even close to 8:30 yet. But yeah, the dendrobiums love the sun, and the Schomburgkias love the direct sun. So I keep those more so in the palms that are, hit directly by the sun all day long. So, and then these are my nobelies. Look at how pretty. I told you guys these bloom so pretty, such a pretty show. I mean, this is under like super neglect. Other years they've been so much prettier, but I'm still very happy that right now they're blooming like this. Look how pretty, because I do get so many blooms, and these are early this year. I usually get these, their blooming cycle is like late February, March is when they're all open. And this year they started blooming as early as November. But look at that. So the Dendrobium nobilis, lots for sale at the shows. I hope you guys picked up some at Boca. Crow Smith was there with the $25 ones. Everybody was coming up to me and they were like, oh my gosh, 25. I'm like, I told you, if you guys saw my last video, you guys will know. I was at Crow Smith and they had those white dreams, or those dream whites, or whatever they're called. For $25, and those are the white ones. I'll show you guys before the video ends. But look how pretty. I love these. So these nobilis, they do tolerate the heat. They do tolerate the cold. They're amazing, and they're everywhere. And then I just keep them back here. And now today, which like I mentioned before, and then my macaras are getting, the spikes are getting bigger. So you guys, spring is gonna be very floricious in my garden. Every time I say that word, it's gonna be very flowerful. Yeah, look at that cattleya right here in the garden. I just love to come out here and see them. So one of the questions that I got this weekend at the show was, why do you like growing outside so much, and not in pots where they can all be there like in pots? I just love growing outside, and I love growing on my palms because it just gives me so much happiness to come out here and see them growing on my trees. I love it. I mean, if you're able to do this, if you're able to grow on your palms, trust me, it's so nice. I mean, I would love to be able to grow in pots. And it's not that I can't, it's just that I get scared because I feel like I'm gonna kill everything that I have in a pot because I water, or I used to water so much. And I don't like it as much. I like it more on my trees, and I like it more in the whatchamacallit, in the mounts. So look at this pretty girl. She's in a pot. She's in a pot, but she's hanging here on one of my trees, so it gives me the impression like she's mounted. But she's beautiful. Yeah, so everything that I do keep in a pot, I kind of keep it mostly bare root. Look, she's so pretty. She's a Taiwan big lip. Not sure who I got this one from, and I'm pretty sure I did not get her in this pot either. I probably just plopped her down there. So that's her. And then my golden nugget. My golden nugget is beautiful. She's beautiful. It's just that now, since everything is recovering, the flowers are not as vibrant as they normally would be. But she is a pretty girl. And I've got, let's get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got like 12 flowers on her. And she's also in a mount. I just put her here. So, and then let me show you this tree. So in this Christmas palm, right by my pool, which I was hesitant to do this just because, I mean, my kids are big already. They really don't splash around in the pool. My grandson, I'm not sure, maybe this summer, I would have to see how it goes with getting some of that pool water on my orchids if he happens to splash around here. I was a little bit scared because it's so close to the pool water, but they're loving it so far. I mean, I've got, sorry about my shadow, but I've got some buds on this cattleya. I'm not sure what kind of cattleya this is. It looks like cattleya buds. And then look at this beautiful, beautiful yellow one. Oh, I wish you weren't so high up. But look at how pretty. I don't know. This is it looks like the golden nugget, but more yellow. It's got 4 beautiful spikes on her. And I think this is all her. Wow, this one's gotten pretty big. And she's really attached on there. So this one looks like a gold digger. So pretty. But you see what I mean? So I love it. I mean, it's gorgeous. But look how high she is. I would have liked to have put her a little bit lower, just because then she's at eye level. But it's not too bad. My arms are stretched out, but she is so beautiful. And then some Schomburgkias up there just getting all the light that they can. So yeah, so the Schomburgkias, the grammatophyllums, these are all full sun. My grams are not looking very hot, but you know what? During the summer, they surprise me and they come back with a vengeance, and I get like 20, 30 spikes. Right now, they went through their winter. They get ugly during the winter, but then they bounce right back. So these are full sun. Lots of grammatophyllums at Mac Orchids this weekend in Boca. And then my Schomburgkias. And then look how pretty my why nots. So yeah, guys, this is what's happening in the garden since I was last here. When Martin was here fertilizing. Just taking a look again. Making sure I scoot everything over once this video is done so they can get some water and possibly have to water those vandas. Since the last time that he was here, this is what's going on. So little by little, the fertilizing, I want to see I'm gonna give you updates and see how it goes. We've only done one treatment, so I can't wait for him to come back next week to do the second treatment. And then we're doing twice a month until everything starts kind of getting back into health and back to normal. So Boca Show, amazing. I was there this weekend as a vendor. It was great. I saw lots of you guys. I did not go shopping. I didn't, because I had gone to Cruel Smith and not adding anything to my garden until I know exactly what I want to add. I still have all these under here that I need to mount. I mean, there's a lot of orchids under here. These are the ones that I'm telling you guys that were 25 at Cruel Smith and they still had. This is a Spring Dream. Everybody was walking out again from yesterday's show. $25. I cannot wait to mount these. They smell so good. And then my Cattleyas, I also have to find a space for them. And yeah, so that is what's going on in the garden. This is the update for today's video. It is the day after the Super Bowl. It is February 10th, and I hope to be at Cruel Smith, which is the next orchid show that I'm going to be attending. That's in April. But then before that, there's a few others. I know that there's Venice already happened. I know that there's Naples on the 22nd. If you're in that area, in the Naples area, the Naples Orchid Society is having their orchid show. And then in April, not sure what's happening in March. Maybe March is Bonnet House. But April, I'm just gonna turn on the hose. So look at a pretty vanda there in bloom. And let me show you what's happening under my tree over here. Look, I never showed you these blooms and I was about to not show them to you. Look at this, you guys. So many Cattleyas in bloom right now, in bud right now, but look at this pretty girl. This is that Dendrobium Gyrac Chaste in cream and white. Oh, pretty. This one's from Bernard. So pretty. And then I'm gonna zoom because I can't get through because of all the orchids that are here. But I've got some buds, some Cattleya there, and then I've got some buds, some Cattleyas growing there. So flowers coming soon. What was I saying? So orchid shows. You've got Cruel Smith in April. That's going to be April 10th through the 13th, or April 11th through the 13th at Cruel Smith. All of us are going to be there, so if you guys want to go and hang out with us, don't miss that show. It's their wonderful show. Yeah, these didn't get that much water, and I think those either, and this one didn't either, so I'm just gonna water it. So don't miss that show. It's the spring orchid festival over there at Cruel Smith. So much fun. April 11th through the 13th. Make your plans, get your hotels. We're all gonna be there. It's gonna be so much fun, and that is the best show that Cruel Smith has. I mean, so many flowers, so many beautiful orchids, so you don't want to miss that one. And then as far as that orchid shows for that, that's when that's when they are. I think there's gonna be like a rare plant festival happening also in April, and then that's it. And then October, Redlands. So that's what's going on with the updates as far as shows. This is what's going on in my garden. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend and have a great week ahead. And that's all for now. If anything comes up during this week and I'm out here, I will share. Definitely share when I'll definitely share when Martin's back. See if he has my project already built or updates on that. So that's it. Wow, we've been in the garden for 30 minutes together. So thank you for watching. Happy growing, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.